Well, seems like Infinity Ward has drawn a line in the sand. Weekend 1 of the Modern Warfare 2 beta has ended, and they put out a blog post. It says here that they fixed various crashes, addressed a few gameplay exploits, patched some map geo and lighting issues, and updated progression for some gunsmith-related bugs. But that's not why we're here. Infinity Ward has finally talked about some of the more controversial or negative opinions about their game. Starting with the minimap red dots. Here's what they have to say. Currently in the Modern Warfare 2 beta, we only show enemy player dots when a UAV is active. The design reason for this is that we do not want to punish players for firing their weapons. We also want players to actively search out the origin of a gunshot versus just traveling directly to where the dot is on the minimap. We continue to gather feedback on how the game is playing in regards to this topic. Now this is frustrating. Back in Modern Warfare 2019, everybody unanimously agreed that yes, the minimap should have red dots when you fire your weapon. But as you beautiful people know, as I say, just because an idea is popular doesn't make it a good idea. So I agree, it's a bad argument to say, well, everybody agrees on this. Let's look at this from a game design perspective. They said that they want players to actively search out the origin of a gunshot versus just traveling directly to where the dot is on the minimap. Now that's a great idea, that's a good thought, but that's just not what happens. And it doesn't happen because not showing red dots on the minimap greatly affects player confidence. When I see a red dot on the minimap, I feel confident enough to go and search out and try to kill that guy. If I don't see anything on the minimap, I'm gonna hold off and wait for him to come to me because I'm not confident about where he's at. So in an effort, from what it seems, to try to get players to move around more, it does the exact opposite. It's interesting that they phrased it punishing the players for shooting their weapons. I actually can really see that logic. If it weren't for the fact that suppressors have existed in Call of Duty since Call of Duty 4, that is the balancing factor. What's wrong with silencers? What's wrong with suppressors? If firing your weapon on the minimap is so punishing, there are like 3 suppressors per weapon that you can use. Many players like being shown on the minimap because it gets them more action, it gets them more kills because they can trap people, they can set off their weapon and get people running to their position. It's a strategy. Speaking of strategy, just because someone shoots their weapon and it shows up on the minimap, that does not mean it is the most up-to-date information. In between the player seeing the red dot on the minimap and seeking out that player to kill, there's a lot of questions and a lot of strategy that the players need to ask themselves. Is this player still there? Did they go seek cover? Are they ready for another gunfight? Are they hurt? If they left, did they leave in the first place? And if they did leave, which route did they take? Did they go here? Did they go there? Where are they going? Are they low on ammo? There's a lot of intricate questions that you can ask with the minimap and red pings on it. It's not just a free kill. It's not just an easy mode, but it gets even better, beautiful people, because then they had to go and talk about Dead Silence. About Dead Silence, they say that we believe it is important to game health that rushers are not able to move at high speeds without consequence. Dead Silence as a field upgrade creates a balance between freedom of movement and predictability of combat. Infinity Ward, this is where you stop making sense. You remove red dots because you want players to move around and actively search out that enemy, because you don't want them to be punished for shooting their weapon. But you're perfectly okay with punishing players for simply moving around the map? I thought you wanted them to move and search around the map for that enemy, but now you're punishing them for it. It doesn't make logical sense. And this hurts, beautiful people, because if you know me, longtime subscribers know that I love good footsteps. I think they are an integral part of a good first-person shooter. I love the footsteps in Modern Warfare 2019, and I like the footsteps in Modern Warfare 2. But there needs to be a balancing factor. There needs to be a counter. And a field upgrade is not a good enough counter. Field upgrades are situational tools to help you in the moment. Footsteps are continuous. All the time you're making footsteps, so it makes sense that it should be a perk. At least what other people are saying, that there should be some sort of ninja perk that quiets your footsteps. I think Dead Silence should just be dead silent, and that's a perk that you run. And then you combine it with the fact that you have this new perk system that you would think they would want to put ninja or Dead Silence into that ultimate perk that's a balancing factor, but no, they didn't even do that. I think they're afraid that everyone's just going to run this magical ninja perk and then their footsteps would just be useless. But from past experience, that's just not the case. If you have a good competitive perk slot like you have right now with Ghost Ghost in that third slot, or really anything in that first or second slot, you've got good competition. Not everyone is gonna run Ninja or Dead Silence. And that's the thing, not everyone needs to run Dead Silence. The people who aren't moving, the people who like to, as you say, camp or Sentinel players, they're not moving around, so they don't need Dead Silence. They can utilize other perks. I just don't know what to make this. Beautiful people, you know I love contrarian stuff. I love fighting for the developers. I love fighting for a new, unique take on something that we've already seen before. I like the Black Ops 4 perk system, but this just doesn't make any sense. This doesn't follow consistent logic. And in a way, it's almost backwards, because now with the UAV and Ghost being locked behind this arbitrary 4-minute timer, the UAV and the minimap is now more powerful than we had probably ever seen it. So now we're gonna see this overpowered UAV and everyone just running towards these red dots, just killing everybody, which is the exact opposite of what they're trying to do here, supposedly. This doesn't make any sense. If you don't want people chasing red dots on the minimap, if that's your true, honest-to-goodness reasoning for this, why in the world is the UAV the first kill streak we get? Because that UAV in the game's current state might as well just be an orbital VSAT showing everyone's exact position. And it goes against exactly what you said in this blog post is your goal for removing the red dots in the first place. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. I've been sitting here the past couple days trying to figure it out because I really thought there was some logic to this, but now that this is released, it just, I don't understand it. I really just can't see any logic to this. So what do we do from here? Do we keep complaining? Do we keep yelling at Infinity Ward? No. This is Infinity Ward's game. This is their intellectual property. This is the vision that they want for their game. They have not only doubled, but like tripled down on this. Ever since Modern Warfare 2019, they've tripled down on this thing with the Dead Silence and the minimap and whatever. So we have to respect that. We have to say, okay, that's the game you want to make, then that's how the game is going to be. And we have a decision to make. Do we play this game? Do we buy this game? Do we enjoy this game? Or do we say, hey, I'm not going to enjoy this game. It's really going to bother me that these things aren't designed this way, so I'm not going to play the game, and I'm not going to buy the game. Speak with your wallets. If this infuriates you, if this just exhausts you, then don't buy the game. Get a refund, do something. Show them that, no, this is not the Call of Duty we want to play. And all there's left to do is just go find your fun somewhere else. Maybe you'd like to check out that video for some fun. Be sure to check it out, subscribe, and stay beautiful.